Welcome back to the Coach's Desk with host Coach Minze. Yeah, people, big up yourselves. Looking forward to a great week. Yeah, man. This week is champs. So, but we'll try to drop the contents anyways. So, it might be very hectic, or we might be dropping them late in the afternoon. But nevertheless, we'll try as best as possible, people, to continue to, give you content. So today, we want to talk about the squad that we believe that will be the players that will be playing in the games coming up. I do believe that we're going to have locally bred players and overseas based players. And in truth and in fact, I believe that the players who came for the game against the United States, those UK-based players will be in the squad. And like I said initially in another video, that the players who led the strike, so to speak, strike, in reference to the impasse, they will be back. You know what I mean? And the JFF did say that they are going to be having more UK-based players coming in. So let me see how best I can, throw out a squad. But if you don't hear a person name being mentioned, just take it as to say that that person has not yet signed the contract. I think the press officer in an interview over on DTM, big up DTM, Sports Down the Middle, he did say that the pool is about approximately 50 players. And if we don't see a player named there, that simply means that the player did not sign. And once you see a player, that means, the player would have signed the contract. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it. Of course, this game will be played, or these games will be played at the end of the English season, because it will be in June. And at this time, players probably would have finished with competitions. And then they would probably be, making their minds up if they want to play for the Jamaica team, or they want to focus on club football and possibly try to get to play for the Three Lions. One person in particular, I believe, possibly would want to, try and make it to the England's team is Ivan Toney. And over the past few months and years, we would have had our minds on Ivan Toney. And we still have hopes that he will play for us. But give them the benefit of the doubt. I always say, if they want to play for the country of their birth, I have no problem with that. Yeah? No problem with that. So, I do believe, like we said, Andre Blake will return. Jadine White will return. A third goalkeeper. Is it going to be Dwayne Miller? Is it going to be, I hear persons talking about Jamal Blackman. You have Lawrence Vigaro, Amal Knight, Dwayne Miller, and Dylan Barnes. Which one of these goalkeeper will make the cut for the third? Because I do believe Jadine White and Andre Blake will be in the setup where goalkeepers are concerned. So I don't know which would be the third, a Dylan Barnes, Lawrence Vigaro, Amal Knight, or a Dwayne Miller. So that third position, I do believe, is up for grabs. Now, when you look at the defensive end, at right back, I think that we're gonna have Adrian Mariappa and Alva Spole there for that spot. Yeah, yeah, man. I believe those two players. Then in the last game, Wes Arden did not feature, and I do believe that he's gonna be coming back as one of those players, one of those 7 new players who came. I do believe he's gonna come back because he didn't get an opportunity. So I believe that Coach Whitmore would want to get him to see what he's made of in terms of that. I believe that Casey Palmer will return. Well, Kemar Taxi Lawrence is also going to be playing. Liam Moore, I believe, is coming back. Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell. Yeah, man, these players, I believe, and Andre Gray, Jamal Lowe. Yeah, man, these players are going to come back. I believe that these players will be coming back, you know, to form that squad going forward. So, but when you look at the defensive midfield, that's a sore point that we need players, definitely. But many persons are not going to like this, but I certainly think that Michael Hector will be in that squad. Because he's the man that will fit that bill and he'll fit that position. Yeah? So, I do believe that Michael Hector will be there. Shamar Nicholson up front should get a look in. Jevan East is playing some good football over there. He's scoring a lot of goals, and Kemal Malcolm. But I do think that Jevan East will get the nod over Malcolm. You know what I mean? Corey Burke would have started his MLS season. Andre Blake and him in the same squad. I think Corey Burke can get another look in. Yeah. Bobby Reed will be coming back, of course. Yeah, Bobby Reed will be coming back. Bobby Reed, yes, Bobby Reed will be coming back. I do believe. So that's pretty much it. When you talk about Leon Bailey, he got a knock. So over the weekend in a game. So I think his inclusion will solely depend on how he recovers from that knock, or the extent of the knock, or anything of the sort. But I mean, I think basically Leon Bailey would be in it, barring injury. You know what I mean? Junior Flemings, here persons have been asking for Junior Flemings. I wouldn't have a problem if he's included. But there are 2 individuals, well, it would be 3, because Michael Hector would also be a part of that. But Michael is training still at the high level. But Tyree McGee and Ravel Morrison. Tyree McGee and Ravel Morrison. I am wondering if coach will be picking these players, because they would have been inactive for quite some time. So I'm wondering if coach will actually pick these 2 players. But you know, to give them, I would say pick them, because in their last outing, meaning the last game that they play for the Reggae Boys, they did not put a foot wrong. So I would include them again. No, there are a lot of people who will be against this, but I mean, you're as good as your last game. So I mean, I even though they are not probably playing first team football, Ravel is without a club. Maggie is not getting any game. He has a new coach now, so we'll see what will transpire with him there. So I mean, I would definitely give him give both of them a shot there. You know what I mean? To see how best we can see. Well, we can have a look in on them going forward. Now, when you look at the overseas based players, you have like a Holgate, you have a Redman, you have a Antonio, you have a Kemar Roof. These players are actually, um, wanting to play for the country. Well, we know that Michail Antonio would have already made up his mind, switched allegiance. And from what I hear, Earl Bailey is saying is that he's ready, he's in. I do believe that Michail Antonio, people, Michail Antonio will be in that squad. Yeah, man. Based on what Earl Bailey said on that interview, I do believe that he'll be in that squad for those 2 games. No doubt about that. I read into what he said very deeply. You know what I mean? And I believe that he'll be in the squad. So, on the look of things, we have not heard about the Redman situation to date. So, the Redman situation is kind of sketchy. And I don't want to get into that. And then you have the Kemar Roof. I think he's still waiting on his passport. Yeah. But, I mean, let's see, people. Let's see. Because we understand that the squad will be released tomorrow. So let's see how close coach's desk would be in terms of selecting names. I did not mention a Curtis Tilt. He wasn't impressive, but let's see if the coach will actually select him going forward. This list I don't think is exhausted. And just remember, if you did not hear a name, that means that person did not sign the contract, or they are still in talks. And the pool is about 50 players, you know what I mean, who would have signed the contract. So, but it is going to be interesting going forward, even in the Gold Cup, who will be selected, because, I mean, there are more players out there, and we specifically need a central defensive midfielder. We need that position to be cemented. We also need reinforcement at the right back position. So we need these positions to be sorted out, and I'm certain that things are being put in place to get players like Anthony Grant, Kevin Stewart, Nathan Ferguson, Kyle Walker-Peters. So we should be ready. We should be well balanced and ready for the Gold Cup. But let's see how these players that coaches this would have selected perform, if they are selected. And, let's see. Let's see, people. Let's see. Thanks for tuning in, people. Big up yourself. As always, we await the comments down below in the comment section. Have yourselves a powerful day. Peace out.